What to do if you feel that you are putting in hours and hours and hours of work in your research and you still have nothing to show for it. And when I say nothing, I mean no real results, no real data, no real proof that what you're doing is actually working and worth it. So if you will reach that stage in your PhD or in your research, this is something that I feel 99.9% of people who are doing a PhD definitely come across. So it's a very, very common challenge. And so first of all, I want to reassure you and make sure that you don't feel like you're the only one and that everyone else has it figured out. Like from my experience and from the experience of many of my clients, I can guarantee that no one has it figured out. So it is completely normal to feel that you are working hard and still getting nothing out of it. Like you work for weeks or months or even years sometimes and you're still not getting the results that you want or not getting some results that make sense. Maybe you have some inconsistencies or directly some results that are completely opposite, like contradictory in the first place. So what can we do when we feel that we are working our off, but we don't see any progress, right? And any tangible manifestation, like something that you can see, okay, this is my result that I worked for. So in that case, what typically works is to make sure that instead of stating what are results for you and what are some tangible outcomes for you and not wait for them for years, you just put it you go a little bit easier on yourself. This means that when you're craving this sense of completeness, you do not wait to feel complete when you have this result, when you confirm that hypothesis, when that experiment works, because objectively, this is not in your control. No matter how much you prepare, you can never predict what the data will say. Like you can estimate or guesstimate, as we like to say in academia, but you cannot be 100% sure until you do the analysis, until you run the experiment and see what is actually happening. So what are some strategies that we can use in order to make sure that we get this sense of completeness and tangibility of our work? One thing that I like to do, I use it first on myself when I was doing my PhD, and then nowadays I do it with my clients, is that how you structure your to-do list. So one of the things that I feel a mistake when you have, for example, your to-do list for the week, you say, finish this experiment or finish this analysis or something like that is kind of abstract and objectively not 100% in your control. Because you don't know, despite all the preparation and everything, you don't know how an experiment will turn out. But what you can do instead is say things like this: run this experiment 3 times, or write this paragraph of section 1 of my thesis, or make sure that I clean up figure 5 from the paper. So all of those things are tangible things that you can actually do. And this is something that depends only on yourself. So if you're going to sit there and make sense of that figure and you're going to clean it up and make sure it's something that you can then publish or prepare for publication. So those things are the things that you have to focus on when you feel that nothing is certain, when you feel that nothing works, and most importantly, when you feel that you are putting in endless hours, like your to-do list is never ending, but you still have nothing to show for it. So one good way of getting this sense of tangibility, of making this invisible work visible, is exactly structuring your to-do list and structuring your task in this somehow other way, like flipping the narrative and focusing on the things that are doable, achievable, and what I like to say, completable during 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month, depending on how you prefer to organize your work and research. Having said that, if you are now in that phase of your research in which everything feels like a mess, your supervisor is nowhere to be seen, your deadline is slowly creeping in, but you still have nothing done, This is exactly what I help PhD students with. So I coach PhD students through their research process, help them figure out how to put together all those messy results, all those messy data, and put it together into something that is a coherent and cohesive thesis, paper, or conference talk, or whatever it is that you need right now. So if you are in that fog, in that place right now, I want to invite you to schedule a completely free intro coaching call with me. I will leave a link where you can schedule it down below in the description. And in that call, we discuss where you're at with your research, what are your current challenges, your current struggles, and of course, see if we are a good fit to work together so you can finally submit the thing, finish the thing, defend, and get over with. So as always, thank you very much for watching this video, and see you in the next few days with another video. Bye bye.